Hello, it's Snipes back, and we have Headhunters, Poultry Bane versus Talon Core, otherwise known as Arne, playing Empire. FO versus Empire. Headhunters on the left, Nerf herders on the right. Start off with the FO list. We have Major Von Reg with Outmaneuver and Proud Tradition. Gonna try and get behind people. Next we have Quick Draw with Proud Tradition, Predator, Pattern, and the Special Forces Gunner that costs no points. Next we have Theta 4. This is the FO ship that forces the opponent to reroll their attack dice if you have that ship in the firing arc as well. We have Scorched, the best FO ship in the entire game, and then Lingava with Advanced Optics, Fanatical, and Proud Tradition. So what she does is she gives her little token to two other FO ships or SF ships, and they can perform the slam action and take a shield to still be able to shoot. And what that does specifically for Quick Draw is he can slam, lose a shield, then perform his bonus shot. On the Empire side, we have a very standard Empire list. We have Vader with Afterburners and Brilliant Evasion and FCS. Soontirfell, the standard loadout version with Apex Predator, No Escape, Blank Signature, and Feedback Emitter. We have Whisper with Fifth Brother and Targeting Computer, and then Lieutenant Sai with Captain Hark. This scenario, I need to update it, but it is Assault, the satellite ray. Alrighty. And then we're just having to wait for them to finish their dials and go on to the first round. First player is FO. Gary. And the way you set up is a wide spread. He's probably going to do, and this is with almost no info so far, is try and group his ties up to fight the Empire in this bottom section of the map, bottom left. And let Von Reg quickly go around the flank to try and do some punishing damage. But if the Empire spreads out as well, that's better for FO. Four straight by Theta. Probably going to see four straights all around then. Two straight by Whisper, just taking it slow. I don't hate that decision, especially since you don't want to go too quickly into all these FO ships. Quick Draw is going to have to be the main damager here, I think. But also Theta's ability is going to do arguably It's gonna be what saves quick draw a lot of shields, I think, this coming turn. Because quick draw is more than likely gonna be the target, I would think. But if he's not, Theta can still use it on herself as long as she has the attacker in arc or another friend. Scorch, depending on what he does, may or may not be safe. It really depends on how these Empire ships want to go through these rocks. They're set up to do nice straight maneuvers this coming turn. Vader, I don't think that 3-bank fits next turn, so we might just see him do like a 1 straight and try and get Scorch. Does afterburners. Okay, so we might see him turn in then. Gonna reach out for a lock early on. Gets it on Scorch. I like seeing afterburners put on Vader. It's personally not what I do put on him. I like pattern analyzer more. But the times I do see afterburners put on him, I like it when it's used for defensive more than aggressive because you only get 2 charges, and once you're out, you're out. Using it for this range 3 shot, while it's nice to have the shot, the chance to actually do damage or meaningful damage here is low. Does still get hit crit, which is pretty good. And Scorch is fine. Now we're going to see Soontir shoot at Theta 4. I'm not sure what Theta 4's action was. It was a focus, okay. We'll get 1 free reroll due to Apex Predator. We're seeing a Theta Barrage Rocket charge, though, to force him to reroll those 2 attack dice. And it got much worse. It turned into blank eyeball. Still gets the hit off the Apex Predator reroll. Might see him spend the focus because he does have evade and he will have the blank signature. Do you see the spend? Theta will take a shield, but that's much better than what it was originally starting off as. Starting with Scorch, 3 dice back into Vader. Takes the stress. Two hits. And Vader gets 3 evades as well. This could be a nice barrage rocket because you get the rerolls as well with her, with how barrage rockets work because he's in the bullseye. You won't need it, but. And Soontir's fine though. Echo will take the cloak token from the evade. Or whisper, I mean. Yeah, I wonder what we'll see. We might see whisper decloak and then try to 3-bank left. Because Von Reg's so far out there, Von Reg won't be in the fight this turn unless you intentionally decloak towards him. I'm not sure what Scorch does here. Maybe you just 2 straight. I might honestly 3 straight with Scorch and roll to the right to see if I can't block Evader. Everybody's higher initiative seed. Get your rerolls at least. Might see a system phase boost from Soontir as well, so he can 2-bank right. Better we could see him system phase boost 2 straight, shoot and roll somewhere, or do the straight boost and 2 hard in. But I think Theta has to. Theta has 2 options. She can bank left and try and stop Whisper or Vader from getting a good shot, but then she's giving up her flank to a Soontir. Or she has to respect that Soontir's there and just 1 straight. I think the correct decision personally would be to 1 straight, especially since you're still going to get a shot in the shuttle, worst case. Whisper did decloak forward, takes the evade. And we are going to see the system phase boost by Soontir, straight. There's the 2 hard in by Theta just to be on the objective. 2 bank left by or right by Scorch. I would barrel roll left here, 100%. Yep, that's what we see. I think you do it all the way forward because that gives you the best option to not have Vader do a 1 straight and roll in front of you again. And I think it gets you as close as you can to the block. Chooses not to, but I think it was the. I think it would have been a better position for you. Whisper does just jump straight over though. Is getting shot by Scorch if he chooses to stay there. Rolls right to not get shot. I think that's a good decision. And did that take you out of Theta's arc? It might have. It's close. Might still be in it. Soontir did the 2. Was it the 2 hard or 2 bank? 2 bank and does bump into Theta. I wonder, do you just go all into quick draw here? I mean, I don't hate that decision. You can lock quick draw, roll right, and get out of Scorch's arc. Yep, we do see the roll. You could take the strain to roll and then boost back in, or you just boost straight. The only other thing you could do is roll this way, but then you're in front of the rock, so it's not really the best option. You know, quick draw slam could work here. You really wish Vader locked quick draw then, but the slam could work. I like that decision if he does do that. Nope. Did the one bank. I mean, you're pretty comfortable knowing that you're not going to get shot. I don't know that this would fit, so don't quote me, but I think what you could do is you could slam the one hard right here and then do a barrel roll this way. Maybe that's a little too goofy. You should just focus, but I think there's a world where it might actually get you out of arcs. Seeing 3 dice into Theta. Will we see her? Oh, should have given him time to think about whether he wanted to force you to reroll. We're gonna see the focus spend, I think. Yep, Theta spends the focus. Doesn't take any damage. Natty's 3 hits, range 0. Natty's 2 evades, range 0. Takes 1 more shield, but you're okay with that. You cannot complain. Gonna see a range 1 into Vader. This is double modded. He does have Predator. That'll be 4 hits. What does Vader want to say? The 2 shields on Vader go by, as he only rolled eyeball evade. Whisper does have Theta just barely, so I think you shoot Theta. You already didn't commit onto quick draw, so you shoot Theta here. Not the best roll. Does spend the force, so 1 hit, or 1 crit going into Theta, potentially. We'll take it. That'll be half points on Theta. Scorch most likely will take the stress here. He does, and that'll be 3 dice into 3 dice. Range 3 obstructed into Psi. I don't see any reason why you don't take the stress here. Is that an eyeball? 2 hits in 1 eye. Yep. So he can spend the focus. No, he didn't take a focus. He took the... Did have bullseye. That would have been a nice shot. Side gets 2 evades. And if you're Theta, I think you shoot at Vader. It's unlikely that you're going to do damage anyways. So you shoot at Vader on the off chance you can half point him. And Vader's fine. Shooting into Theta again. I don't believe Theta has used her ability yet. I would force him to reroll it. Yep, I believe that's what he's doing. It can only get worse. I mean, you could roll 2 hits, but it's no one else is shooting into Psy anyways, so the focus doesn't matter. I guess he could roll a crit. It could get a little better, but I think it's worth spending your charge to try and... It's definitely worth spending. It doesn't, chooses not to, gets 1 evade, so 1 more damage will go into Theta. Is alive on 2, so he can slam. Theta could do like a 3 straight, 3 bank if he really needed or felt the need to get out of there. 2 hits, hit crit going into Whisper. Whisper's fine. Not the best round for FO, but you did stay on objectives, 2 to 2. It's 1 point for each. And then I really like the sloop left by quick draw this coming turn. Vonreg needs to get into the fight this turn. I think his fastest banking maneuver that is blue is only the 1 bank. Maybe a 2 bank is blue as well. I can't remember on that ship. But I'm pretty sure it's just the 1 hards, 1 banks, and then 2, 3, 4 straight. Which isn't useful because it means you can't use your ability to get the free lock if you are already strained. Yeah, but I expect to see a nice either 2 hard or 2 bank by Scorchin. I don't know what you do if you're Theta. I guess you just try and run away or turn in so you have your ability online for a little bit. Could 3 straight, 3 sloop this way, let Scorch go over you. I mean, that 2 hard into like a 2 straight isn't terrible either. Might try and block. But then you're getting shot by Soontir anyways. Lingava probably will just, does that 2 straight fit? It doesn't. So maybe the 2 bank and then roll, or the 1 hard roll, just to stay on the objective. The 3 straight should fit, or if nothing else, the 4 would. Going into round 3. Arne will be the first player. Does decloak forward. Wouldn't surprise me if we see a K turn here. That or like a 1 hard left. The shuttle stops. We'll just take a focus with Psy. Or I mean Captain Hark. Discount contraband. Oh, does the 3 bank and it does barely hit the cloud. Does take a crit as well. So 1 shield down on Lingava. And I'm just now noticing these TIE fighters are colored the wrong things. Although I don't have the emblems on, so it doesn't matter anyways. Just have the names. Theta did the 2 hard left. Or the 1 hard left. Does she have pattern analyzer? She does, so she can do the focus. I think he was debating whether to do the roll or not. Too hard in by Scorch. Do see the K turn by Whisper. Another bump by Soontir into Theta. 4K by Vader. So they're just ignoring Theta this turn. That's interesting. Do see the sloop by Quick Draw. We'll most likely take lock focus onto Vader. You already have 2 shields down and you have all your shots on him, so I think you just go into Vader. Yep. Von Reg did a 2 bank. And the 2 bank is blue. Okay, that's good. You don't have any shots this turn. Even if you boost, you're not going to have a shot. You could potentially get one on the shuttle, but you're on more objectives than your opponent. So I chooses to leave it. I might have chosen to stay just so you can get the objectives. Might still be in range of it. Pretty sure that's range 1. Gets hit crit into Scorch. We'll take 2 of it. Can reroll eyeballs, but not blanks. Took Wounded Pilot. Does get 3 hits. Into 3 eyeballs. Only has 1 force. Um, I thought Vader should take 1. I'm not sure how he got 3 results there. Okay, so he spent 2 force. Spends for 2 hits. Vader will take 1. It'll be half points. It's a good roll. Fanatical. Vader needs 2 paint to live. He'll get it. Takes 1 more. And now we can see Sai try and finish off one of these TIE fighters. I think you shoot at the one who only gets 2 agility, especially since Scorch is obstructed. Both are on 2 HP. 2 hits. That it needs 1 paint to live. Does not get it. Theta will go down. Echo or Whisper will take the cloak again. Yeah, Quick Draw is terrible to shoot at if you have not amazing shots, but if you can get 3 to 4 good shots on him, even if you're taking that one extra hit, it's so much better than just letting him live and hang around. But yet the issue with Quick Draw is you just have to make sure that you do have good shots. If you're an FO situation, you one bank Quick Draw, have Von Rig come in and start to try and do damage. You need to kill Vader this coming turn, or that's really, really bad. Should be able to. And then I think your next person you need to deal with would either be Soontir or Whisper. I think Soontir is the correct choice because he's more dangerous overall. I don't know. It's debatable. Whisper is easier to kill though. Yeah, Charlie, you're 100% right. The slamming version, I remember the first time I flew against Sevall and he brought that slamming version. He outplayed me so hard. I had no idea what quick draw was gonna do any turn. He would do a 3 straight, swoop behind me, get a bonus shot, shoot me again. Yeah. Jammin's really good with it too. Although I haven't seen Jammin fly that recently. I've only seen the only games I've flown against Jammin, I'm pretty sure he did double upsilon and like Kylo or something. Yeah. It's really hard to block and predict. The predicting of it is harder because like you can go to where you're gonna block the 3 bank. Like say you block all 3 banks and he just chooses to 1 straight. It's like, oh, well now I did all this maneuvering for him to 1 straight and shoot me anyways. Sai does a 1 straight, gonna coordinate. I'm assuming we're gonna coordinate nothing actually because Vader's stressed. We're just gonna focus. Well, I mean, I guess I'm happy that that's how you feel when you fly against B. I love not getting shot. Take the compliment. I think your list though is just amazing though in Keeper. I think I've just gotten lucky with dice here and there. We do see the bank in by Whisper. Right in front of Lingava. I don't know that he cares. I think you just take the focus. Maybe not the focus, maybe the lock. Yep, yeah, he can fail the 1 slam, still get the bonus shot. Because the slamming action is what makes him lose the shield. Vader says, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Might get screwed over by Von Reg, depending on how fast he went. I didn't expect him to turn that way. But what you can do here is you can slam. You can slam left, and then do the barrel roll left again to get another good shot on Vader. That or you just focus, I guess, and shoot into Psy. I did fly Double Falcon recently, but that wasn't against Innkeeper. I've been flying against Innkeeper. I've flown a few different lists. One was a Jedi list, and then one was my XTC list, which is the triple I6s, and then Echo. And then one was FO with Nightfall, Von Reg, Kylo. Oh, you're talking about, okay, you're talking about the resistance list Innkeeper's using. Yeah, Innkeeper's double Falcon list with Poe is really cool as well. I'm just sad. The one game I got to see him play it, it just the dice were not in his favor whatsoever. I don't normally like. I know you can't blame dice on everything, but they definitely didn't help him either. It's a really cool list though. Very strong power in the offensive output, but as you said, Charlie, it does tend to lack the stuff for salvage because Falcons absolutely love being able to boost. Yeah, Rayhan Poe. We paused the timer. Thought it lagged out for a second. I never even started my timer, so I guess it's a good thing that 35 minutes. What does Season Navigator do again? That's the thing that lets you, what, change your dial? Oh yeah, that is pretty cool actually. So you can change your dial and then make it easier with Leia, and then it's no longer a red, which would allow Season Navigator to let you do that maneuver. Not sure what they're paused about. Wonder if they're asking a question. Okay, so they're asking about the interaction on quick draw. Like when he loses the shield. Is it before the pattern analyzer action or is it after? Which I believe it's after. But we got somebody to answer it for us. That's a good roll. So quick draw should have lost the shield. That'll be the death of Vader. It does take a shield to kill him, but you did kill him and he won't get to shoot this turn. And this will allow Von Reg to get to shoot somebody else, like Cynthia or Whisper. You have a few options here. You could target lock focus Soontir, or target lock focus against Psy. I dislike taking depletes. I would prefer just lock them. Like take the strain. Just take the strain. You're not the target of getting shot. Scorch is. Scorch and Lingava is. Takes the lock on Psy. That's interesting. I might have taken on Soontir just to burn his charge. Oh damn, that's the third natties in a row, I think, from range 0 into blanks. So Scorch just dies. I mean, he probably would have died anyways, but panicked and fuel leak. Goodbye, Scorch. You are very much gone. Yeah, he rolled natties 3 times. He rolled natties 3 times. This is why I think range zeros should either not exist or they should only do 1 damage. They should only be able to do 1 damage and cancel all other results. Like, it's just, if it hits 1 damage, cancel results. Or not at all. Because range 0 was supposed to simulate, like, if 2 ships were trying to fly over and under each other, and that's where they were at that position. Like, effectively touching each other. You can't normally shoot them, and I think it's kind of wrong to let them bump and then also get a focus and then also shoot them. And yes, I'm completely just complaining because it went out of my way, but I think that's the correct decision is 1 damage max. Yeah. That you would also with that be buffing large base ships, I agree, Bender. And they kind of need that at this current stage for against range zeros especially because they're not rolling many green dice anyways, and red dice are better already than green dice anyways. Like red dice statistically roll more hits than evade dice will roll evades because they have one less side. That's the evade. I guess, Charlie, but if they need to decide whether range zero is like you're ramming into each other to try and shoot somebody, or if it's you're flying over and under and you're just gonna like you're passing each other. Because when you hit a friend at range zero, you take a damage, but in space, this space isn't a 2D field. Like you can fly above and under and left and right of your friends. Just because you bump into them, technically could mean you're flying above them to go over. So I think they need to decipher whether they actually want range zero to be a damaging effect, or if it's just flying over and under versus shooting and taking consequence for it. But I've seen so many range zeros that just do so much to alter a game that it just makes me mad. It's just a something that makes me a little mad. Yeah, I don't dislike your idea either, Charlie. I just think there should be something. Because like think about it for blocking ships. Like the ships that want to block you, it just punishes them if they get shot by a range zero and then instantly blown up to some bad dice. Like that just kind of destroys their purpose. It destroys big base ships' purposes when they're supposed to block. Like a no X-wing is ramming into the Hound's Tooth to take a range zero shot. Like they're gonna fly over. They're not gonna just ram into it to shoot. Yeah, and see, Bender, I don't think that should happen. I think it should just be one hit. Like maybe if you roll a bunch of crits, you could say, oh, I guess you take a crit, but you know what, that could be something, Charlie. I do like that, where if you roll into somebody, you take the damage that you dish out. That could be something that I could get behind. Or if it's like crits and you roll a bunch of crits, you take the crit as well. I like that. I think that could thematically make sense. Yeah, but buddy, you'd have to remember if they smash their big base in and they're only taking 1 damage, they're only going to be able to dish out 1 damage as well. So they'll still lose the overall race, but they shouldn't be also being punished for flying, for getting rammed into. Because that's what happens on a lot of cases is like, oh, there's a 1 agility ship. I don't want to be sitting range 1 of it. I'm just going to bump into it so it doesn't get good dice into me, potentially. I wonder if we see quick draw 1 bank left and do another 1 hard. Now that we got a little distracted. I'm just going to hope that Soontir doesn't roll another natty's range 0. Two bank into Soontir. We'll take the focus. Did Lingava take any damage? I might have missed that. Just the shield from the cloud. Okay. Vonric was safe too. Yep. Whisper did take a shield though. This is range 2 into quick draw. People are bothered by it because of the aesthetic of you're flying over or under a ship. And also, when you look at 2.0, which is when a lot of people were playing the game, it's, I think like early 2.0. I don't remember when the rule exactly got changed, but you used to not be able to take range 0 shots because it's supposed to be simulating like flying over and under. And then you also couldn't take a focus. It's really the focus that I think pisses a lot of people off too. I could be wrong. But I think taking an unmodified range 2 shot makes a lot more sense than taking a range 0 shot where you're supposedly bumping into each other. Like without any consequences of your own. Doesn't make sense. Well, okay. There's Natty's back into... I thought that was at Soontir for a second. But, yep. Natty's into Lieutenant's side. Has outmaneuver, so won't get to roll anything. Spends the focus for 3. 1 will become a crit with the force. Spend your focus, take 2. Or take 1, I mean. Lingava gonna come over here and start to mess up Lieutenant Sai. Does have Fanatical online. And Optics, so did he take the focus? He did, okay, the focus is right there. Hit, crit. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest, I 100% agree with Charlie. I think that's the best idea I've heard if we're going to allow multiple damage through. They are tied for center. Sai has the bottom left and Quick Draw has the top right, so 1 to 1 each in objective points, and then Sai took blinded pilot. If you're Von Reg, I think you just 2 straight and go for the kill on Sai here. Because you're stressed currently and you can 1 hard left or right, but that doesn't guarantee you a shot on anything. Maybe you 1 hard right, that's not a terrible idea. But you might see Whisper decloak left and then bank back in towards you. Yeah, what Charlie said, buddy. I think the majority of people just want there to feel some punishment for ramming your ship into another and then getting natties into it. There's not really a consequence for ever doing that action. Intimidation used to be a consequence, but you can only take that on like one or 2 ships. A consequence for the theme of rolling straight fire into somebody who's less than 3 meters away from you in space. The difference is range 2 you're allowed to modify at. You're not allowed to modify at range 0 because it's like your point blank range of each other. Nobody likes range 0 shots. I shouldn't say nobody, but 99% of the X-Wing players, I would like to think, don't like range 0 shots. We are seeing Whisper decloak left, I think. Yep, left and backwards. Von Rag is showing off his bullseye to Soontir. I mean, you probably put the deplete on him. Nope, what's the strain? Okay, deplete. They're conflicting each other. Just the stop by Sai to take the focus. It's interesting. I almost thought you would see a bank to try and bump, maybe. Or like a hard turn just to get back in. He might have a shot. I think that's in. I think it just clips. Takes the lock on Von Reg. The 2 straight does fit. We'll clear the deplete. Takes a focus. There's the sloop. So the only sad thing here is you can't link Proud Tradition into the rotate. So what we're going to see is the target lock rotate and then the focus. So I guess it's not really sad, it's just more so I wasn't thinking about the lock rotate. Because you pattern analyze the lock rotate and then you proud tradition to focus. Yeah, what you're doing here is you're kind of daring Soontir. Take that double tap into me. Do it. Or make me lose my shield. And if you get him to burn that charge, which I wish Vonreg had locked Soontir to try and get him to burn it earlier. No, 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 no. Lock Soontir, please. Oh, the one bank by Vonreg. You can just roll left. Maybe that gets you a shot. But if nothing else, it gets you further away. Otherwise, you could barrel roll this way and boost. That should keep you out of everybody's arc. Take a strain to roll right here, and then boost would put you right here. Yep. There's the deplete to boost or roll. You're still going to be in. Definitely in if you do that. You just go all the way forward and then boost forward, or you boost to the left. Or right. Yeah, left. Yeah, I don't mind that solution, Mike. That's not a terrible idea either. I still think I like Charlie's best, but that's a good second option, I would think. I like it. Soontir got one hit into quick draw. He's fine. Yeah, that's why I was surprised you locked Whisper anyways. Might have as well just burnt the thing on Soontir. Although, Natties, again. He'll take one damage into Soontir. Nothing from Vonreg. Three dice into Lingava. Gets hit crit after spending the force. Gets natties, so natties back to back. Range 1 out the butt into Lingava. Spends the focus. Does he have a focus? He does. He has blinded pilot though, so he can't spend. Yeah, that was my original suggestion, Benite, is you just take a single damage and then cancel all of the results, which I think that's the best solution to just nerfing it in general. But Charlie's actually adds a little bit of depth to it where, like, yeah, you can get a really good shot, but you might also blow yourself up in the process. Gets 3 more hits into Sai, so takes 2. Down to 3. And then I think Empire has control over the majority of objectives. I'm not even sure if this is range 1. He does barely have it. Okay, so it'll be 1 to 2 for Empire. Yeah, no, the cancel all the results and deal 1 damage is the easiest, like the easiest on paper to apply. Like it'd be easily written into a rulebook. I think he missed a point from last turn. Curious to see where Von Reg will go, because I would have to imagine the shuttle's trying to turn as fast towards him as possible to either get a good block on him or to at least make it so he can't really get a good shot. Whisper didn't cloak again. Should he not have not had the evade? Maybe he chose to remove it. Could see a 5k by Von Reg here as well, just to create some range. But you really don't want to get half pointed. Poultry is first player. Oh, the 2 straight by Lingala, going for a bump maybe onto the shuttle. I think he just focused then. Shuttle did a 2 straight, jumps straight over. Can take the reinforce in the rear to try and stay alive. I like that. Oh, that's the front. That's definitely the front reinforce. It's fine. We know they're putting it in the rear. Going for the turn in on quick draw. That is interesting because you know quick draw is banking towards you, and you know if you hit him, he's gonna shoot you again. He already has the lock on you as well. I mean, you might damage quick draw, but I don't know that you're gonna kill him. Von Reg did the 1 bank, so we might see both Psy and Von Reg die here. Or not Von Reg, Quick Whisper. I think you just sit there. You could technically roll, maybe get outmaneuvered, but then you might also be taking a shot. Oh. Since you're turned away, trying to do the barrel roll, it does just fit. Yeah, I think if you shoot with Whisper and you do a damage to quick draw, you might get half, but then you're also taking 2 double modded range 1 shots from quick draw back. And the first one from Von Reg is amazing. That is just dead Psy. Because he doesn't get to roll anything because of outmaneuver, so he just takes 3 and blows up. And now it's Quick Draw's turn to bang up Whisper. I thought Whisper was going to go down towards Von Reg and try and get half on him. You have Predator and Fire Control. So you Predator the other one, Fire Control one. Then you can keep your focus and not have to spend anything. Just, I think that's a mistake. Not terrible. Like, it's not a terrible mistake. Just, I think you could have saved it. Well, you are going to get him to spend both because he doesn't want to take a crit. I think where Quick Draw is positioned too, he might be in range one of both of these objectives, which means they're tied, and then FO would be the only one up here to claim this objective. Oh, that's the worst roll. If you just do a single shield, Quick Draw's just super happy. He's begging for that to hit, actually. Yeah, it hits. Oh no. Four more dice into Whisper. Whisper should get an evade here. Is it a May? It isn't a May. It is a must. Well, I told them. I did tell them. I'll tell them again. He doesn't have to spend the evade. He can keep the 2 damage and then keep the evade to cloak. Oh, game's over. Never mind. They saw it. But the points ended up not mattering anyways. Well, Poultry, Gary rolled very hot to, other than Von Soontir's range 0s, pretty meh reds. Did he? I thought he re-rolled twice. One on one dice and one on the other. So that'll be 20-14. Headhunters does take the win over Nerf Herders. Nerf Herders have the luxury of this game not mattering, as they've already won the week, but it's always good to see another win come our way. And I'll see you guys later. Adios.